So everyone, welcome to our first week of class. And today it is our second class that we're having. And let me get the PowerPoint up. It's right here. Let me share my screen so we can get started. Are you seeing my PowerPoint?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
ma'am, we can.
Thank you. Okay, so today's plan is to have you ask questions about the syllabus and to talk about how to look at the syllabus. I'm going to spend some time getting to know you. We're going to play a game, a memory game. We're going to talk about academic writing. We're going to talk about how to write to me so that you get what you need from me when you ask a question. And we're going to look at the homework for the future and review the Canvas. Does that sound good for today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you don't have to show your video. I just want you to participate. If you don't want to, if your audio is not good, you can participate in the chat. I will try to keep the chat open at all times. And or you can talk to me with the audio. So the first one is, what are your questions about the syllabus? Did you get to look at it? Silence. You have no questions?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Good.
I just want to know that how can we get access to our study materials? For example, there was not any source of like information for us.
Not this week, but every week thereafter, you will get study materials on Canvas. That's a good question.
So much. Thanks so much.
This week is just like everybody getting together to know each other and to feel comfortable in the class so that you can do a lot of writing. Any other questions? That was a great question. So silence on the other end for the teacher is not good. So if you have no questions, you can say no questions. But if you have a question, feel free to ask.
No question, ma'am.
Okay.
No question, ma'am.
Okay, we'll go on then. Anyhow, we will have a little quiz next week to see for sure. Okay, so the syllabus is both a description of the academic course you're taking and a guide for the course calendar and course university policies. Important information to remember and keep in mind from the syllabus is your teacher's office hours. Now, what are office hours for?
Ask questions about classes or like schedules.
Yeah, or something you don't understand, or if you want me to look at some, like you're going to be doing a lot of writing. And if you're not clear or you're not sure if it's if you're on the right track or the right road, you might want to come and ask me a question. Now I have regular office hours, okay? And then I have when you need me office hours. So if you text me and say I need to talk to you, I will find a time to meet with you, because not everybody can make the office hours I have. Do you remember what my office hours are, my written down office hours? I'm going to ask you guys a lot of questions, so we need answers.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It's from 8:30 to 9:30 on Wednesday and 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. on Monday.
Okay, very good. So if you have a question, you can let me know. It's best if you let me know that you're coming, because otherwise I just sit here and stare at my computer screen. So if you can just let me know I'm coming to office hours today, then I'll for sure be there. And if those office hours don't work for you, just text me or send me a chat in the, the group that I set up. And then I can set up a special time for you. Okay. All right. The other thing about the syllabus is to learn about grading policy and course grade expectations. So the grading policies here are very important because you don't meet me every day. You don't get attendance from meeting me. You get attendance from doing homework. So it's really important that you do homework. I try to be flexible because I know that those of you who are in Afghanistan, and there's quite a few of you, have connection issues and electrical issues. So I try to give you a whole week to do the homework. But I want to say that the recorded class, you should do that before the Wednesday class, because in the recorded class, I give you information that I review on the Wednesday class. So if you could just do the recorded class before Wednesday, that would be great. Everything else is pretty flexible. Needs to be done Sunday, 8:30 a.m. Kabul time. That's not negotiable. So if you don't finish it by Sunday, 8:30 a.m. Kabul time, you don't get credit for it and you don't get attendance for it. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
we
ma'am.
had some problems with that last semester, so that's why we're going it over much more clearly this semester. Homework and exams, you have to do them. And then in-class online policies, I don't have too many. I don't need your video on. I'll always put my video on because, it's nice to see the teacher. But I understand that there are all kinds of issues why you wouldn't want to share your video. So just participate with me, and that's all we need. And I'll be doing a lot of group work, so you'll need to participate in your group. So just as an FYI, there will be a quiz on our course syllabus on February 6th from 2023. You will have 15 minutes to answer the questions. You can take the quiz anytime between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. Kabul time. You can't take the test at 10 a.m. and you can't take the test at 9 p.m. It has to be done between 11 and 8 p.m. You can take the quiz twice and your highest score will be used. Any questions about that? I'll review that again. But is everybody okay with that?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am, no question.
Okay, just want to go through all this stuff now so we have it. Okay, so remember that Google Doc. Many of you have worked on that Google Doc. Let me show you the Google Doc. Can you see the Google Doc? Yes? Can you see it, or do you see the PowerPoint still?
We see the PowerPoint.
Okay, let me
No, I see the PowerPoint only.
yeah, let me
Yes,
fix
ma'am.
that.
But we are
That's-
now.
We will share the screen again and you'll see the right one. Okay, so many of you did this activity and I have made a game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you into breakout rooms and I'm going to give you 10 minutes to talk about what's on this document. Okay. And then we're going to play a game about it. All right. So 10 minutes in your breakout rooms to talk about this document. Everybody can access it, right? Let me put the link in the chat box for you again. So that in case you didn't get to see it or you had a problem, some people had a problem. It's hard on the phone. You really, if you have a phone, just so you know, with Google Docs, you have to have the Google Docs app. Let me put that in there. For the phone. If you are on the computer, you can just click on the link and it will take you there. But if you're on the phone, it's going to want you to download the app, which with this class, since it's a writing class, and if you want to write on your phone, I would suggest that you download the app. Okay. So let me put this, the link is in there. What I want everybody to do is go in there. And then I'm going to give you, let me look at my PowerPoint again. You probably won't see it. You will have 10 minutes in small groups to review the Google Doc, and then we're going to play the game. All right. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes. And everybody's on the Google Doc now? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because I'm
Just
going
a
to
minute, ma'am. Kindly.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put the timer on and put you in breakout rooms. Hopefully this will work. Breakout rooms is never easy in American University of Afghanistan because of connection problems, but we'll give it a shot because breakout rooms are always a great way to get to know each other without being in this large room. Okay, so whoever has something going on there. So there's 17 people. So let me make 3 people in a breakout room. This will be random. 3 people, there's 18 people, so 5 rooms. Is that going to work? Sign automatically. That should work. Yeah. So I'm going to create them. There might be one person. Yeah. 5 times 3 is 15. There might be 2 groups of 4, but that's fine. So let me create the rooms. Okay, so now I'm gonna open all the rooms and
Ma'am, I
hopefully
cannot get in. It is
get it.
not in
It's,
my email address.
oh, are you using your AUAF address or your Google address?
No, actually, I was using my AUEF and it's not accepting that. And also, it's not accepting my original email.
Hmm. And who is this? Who's speaking?
Me, it's Mariam.
Mary. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's not accepting your Google because this is AUAF account.
Sorry, ma'am, I have the same problem as well.
You can't log into are you on your phones or on your computer?
On
No,
on
on my computer.
Both of you are on the computer
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes.
and you can't log in.
No.
You're the only two. I don't know why. Okay, well, somebody will share with you in the breakout room. Okay. And just let me know who this Mary is one, so I don't knock you down for attendance. Mary is one, and who's the other person? That can't
Maha.
Maha. Okay.
Maha.
Okay. We have to fix this problem because it's important, but right now it's okay. But we'll fix this problem. Maybe we have to meet for office hours or something to figure it out individually. Does that sound like a good idea?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because we need to figure this out because we use Google Docs in writing a lot. Okay, so I'm going to open all the rooms and you know what you're going to do. You're going to have 10 minutes to talk about what you saw here, because we're going to have a little game where you're going to have to guess the name of the person who said something. So kind of review everybody's stuff, get to know each other. Okay, you have 10 minutes, okay? Here we go. I hope it works. Breakout rooms don't always work, but here we go. You should join a breakout room. Okay, let's assign you to Sadia. I'm assigning you to a room because you didn't get in there for whatever reason. Assign to, let me put you in room 3. Those of you who haven't joined, please join the room that you're supposed to be in. Like, I don't know if it's Basma or Rezia. Rezi, you're not joined. Miriam, you're not joined. Mary, Khan, Rahima is not joined. Sodaba is not joined. You have to click join. And Nazila is not joined. Please join a room. And Hasnia is not joined. Please join a room. Meanwhile, I'm going to start the timer. So Duff, are you in here alone?
Yes, ma'am, I'm alone. I don't know what
I'm gonna
what-
move you to another room, okay?
join this break room.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the room and move you to another room.
Okay.
College. She went to a college and then she decided to start her own life, and then she became a very successful woman and graduate from Harvard University.
Yeah, that was nice. And also, read that you want to be a leader. That's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
So we're all back in the room now. And
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
Yes,
gonna take a
Yes, ma'am.
screen. There's 20 people at 21 out of 30, which is pretty good, 20 without me. So let me take a screenshot so I have everybody who's here to give you the credit. All right. Now we're going to play the game. Okay. See how well you do.
Okay, ma'am.
So I'm going to ask you a question about someone and you're going to answer. What you do is you type the answer in the chat pod. Okay. And then we'll see if you can get it right. So number one, and if you're the person who wrote it, don't answer. Okay. Because you know your answer, right? So if it's your answer, don't write it. But if it's somebody else's answer, you try to answer, see who it is. Okay. Do you understand? Oh, sorry. That's the timer that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So number one, you type in the chat pod, who do you think wants to major in mathematics? And remember, if it's your answer, don't answer. Who wants to major in mathematics? Type an answer. Only one person guessing? Are you looking at the answers on the Google Doc? That's kind of cheating. All right. There you go, Bahara. Very good. All right. Let's look at number two. Oh, yeah. Who wants to be a pilot? No, you're not supposed to answer, Zuha, if it's you.
Okay, ma'am.
But it's Mary E. Maybe you want to be a pilot too, but I don't think you wrote it on the Google Doc, did you?
No, ma'am. I didn't.
Yeah.
But I really like.
So I think it's Mary who wrote it on the Google Doc, so she gets the answer for that one. Okay, so the next one. And if it's your answer, don't put it in. Let's see. Parwin, yay! Natalie, you got it right. All right, next one. So just a hint, I wouldn't put the same person twice usually. Well, now Parwin already had an answer, so probably wouldn't be Parwin. It's Sadaf. Sadava, you got it. All right, next one. That's okay. It's a game just to get to know each other. Who's worried about making friends online? This person will need you guys to make friends. Oh, we got 3 of this. Oh, must be, it's Ahmed. But yeah, a lot of people pick Fawad. I don't know why. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, maybe.
It's me, my
Oh, it's you.
first name is
Okay. So
Ahmad Dawud.
So
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. Okay, so most people got it right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, very good. That was the game. Excellent job. Hopefully that will help you get to know each other a little bit because we're going to be doing a lot of writing and we're going to be reading each other's writing and learning how to comment well on each other's writing. So it's good for you to kind of know each other. So that game is done. Let me go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, we did that. All right, we're going to do another activity now. And I'm going to hope that everybody can get in here. Let me give you the link and then let me show you what it looks like. Because we're going to be doing another activity, but this one is going to be writing. And you're going to be writing on a website. That's the link. Let me take you there. Do you see a new page here? Can you see my,
Yes, ma'am.
okay,
Yes, ma'am.
week 1 Padlet? Okay, so I have the questions here. So
Yes,
number one,
ma'am.
so number 1 is what is academic writing? Number 2 is list as many different types of academic writing as you can. Now this is like speed dating. You want to go really fast, okay? How many types of academic writing can you list, okay? What do you expect to see in academic writing? So what you do is you click on this plus sign right here, and then you can put in your name. And then you can put in your text right here. So and you hit publish here, and it will come up on the board, okay? Do you see how to do that? You hit the plus sign, you write here, and then you hit publish, okay? So I want you to do each question. I'm going to give you another 10 minutes. Let me delete these so that you have a clean screen. And go ahead to the link that I sent you. And you may start adding your information. Is anybody having a trouble with this link? I hope it works for you. I see people are getting in, which is excellent.
Ma'am, I got in, but like the page is blank. There is nothing, like no questions.
Does it say week
Yeah,
1 Padlet?
I have the same problem.
Are you on your phone or on the computer?
Laptop, I'm
I'm
on
on full.
Yeah, phone may be a problem. There's an app you should download, but if you're on a computer, you should be able to do this. A laptop, you should be able to do this. Try refreshing your screen. Click here on
Right
this little,
now, I can't access to my laptop. What should I do now?
you can't just, can you see what's on my screen? People are writing.
Yes, I can see
Okay.
your
Okay,
screen,
okay,
but
that's, you can't write because you can't access it on your laptop. So just go ahead.
Ma'am, it says that your browser is not supported. Some parts of this page may not work. Please upgrade your browser for a
the
better
green
experience.
So
blank
this
page.
is good for us to know. Please upgrade your browsers. So many of you are going to be computer people. I saw what your majors are. So many of you are interested in computers. You need to know how to do all this stuff, and I'm going to teach you. So please, if it says you need to upgrade your browser for next week, upgrade your browser.
Is it okay for now? Like
Yeah, it's
right now?
absolutely, everything is okay for now. It's the first week.
Okay.
So you can see what everybody's writing.
Yeah.
So that's good, right? But in this second one, try to write as many as possible. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to do this. If you can't do it, you can just read everybody's, write down. If you can't do it on Padlet, write it on the chat. How's that?
Yeah, that is better.
Okay. I'm going to give you like 10 minutes.
Should we like answer it on the chat like every question like
Yeah, write the
back to
question,
back, or like
write
or
the
all
question.
together?
No, I would write the question, your name, the question, and your answer.
Okay.
And then the next chat, your name, the question, and your answer. That way we'll know who's answering what question, because there may be 2 people chatting at the same time. So Miriam, write your name, your question, and the answer in one chat box. So I'll give you an example. I don't know why I'm typing in all caps today. Something like this.
हम करीब तुम्हारी तरफ मुतवज्जे होंगे तो तुम अपने परवरदिगार की कौन कौन सी नेमत को झुटलाओ
Habiba, can you please turn off your mic?
I can do it. Who is it?
Habiba, Fazli.
Okay. I want to give a shout out to hold on, to Mary Khan, because she's the only one who talked about correct grammar. And academic writing needs to have correct grammar. So how do you make sure you have correct grammar when you're writing? Anybody have any idea? There's a tool you can use.
Yes, ma'am. We can use Grammarly.
Yeah, or Microsoft Word even. Grammarly is best though. And
Yeah.
I want you to use these tools because they'll help you be better writers. There's no reason you should not use a tool to help you. We'll talk about copy and pasting a different time next week because that's also bad. But using tools to help you improve your writing is a good thing to do. So you can use Microsoft Word and use the spell check. You can use Google Docs and use the spell check. Even when you're doing discussions, it's a really good idea to do it first in Word or use Grammarly or something so that you have, because there's two things that I noticed in your discussions that you aren't doing very well, and that's punctuation and grammar. And if you use Grammarly or Microsoft Word, I think that problem will be gone, right?
Right, ma'am.
So I wanted to give Mary Kay a shout out for putting in the grammar point. So everything else you've got really good. We're going to talk more about this. So what should you not see in academic writing? Let's take a look at that. Unprofessional writing, unorganized, and kind of writing are not connected with each other. Right. You need to connect everything together. Slang, good. We wouldn't want to use slang. Confusing language, that would be good too, but that's hard to know. Ambiguity, good. Fawad. Informal writing and everyday language. So everyday language is not necessarily bad. You don't always have to use academic language. But I think informal writing is not for academic. So that's correct. Gita. We should not see informal words, incorrect. Oh, very good, Sabrina. You also get a shout out. Incorrect grammar. Nobody put punctuation. There's no shout outs there. Subjects like I, he. So we should not see subjects like I, she, he, we. That's not true. I mean, you don't want to overuse I, she, he, we, but sometimes you need to use them. We'll talk about those things too. Words like me, we should be avoided. Words like me. I don't understand that, Habiba.
The me.
Words like me. Not use me. You can use me.
I guess she means like me, she, her, or like some these, I guess.
Those words are okay if you don't overuse them. Okay. You need to make sure that your this is where you need to be careful. You need to make sure I know who your subject is. If you use he or she, you need to make sure that you've already identified who the he or she is. But you don't want to keep using the his name, the person's name all the time, because that becomes very monotonous. Informal idioms, good. Too long sentences, good. Informal phrases, wrong spelling and grammatical problems. And Bahara, you also get a shout out. Grammatic and punctuation. Very good. So yeah, and also you want to make sure that you use words. If you say, you know, when you text on the phone, you say K for okay and all that stuff. You don't want to do any of that, right? That should be obvious, right? Good job, you guys. That was fun. Okay, let's read this together. Who would like to read to me? We'll take what I would like you to do is for one person to read this much, and then another person to read this much, and then a third person to read this much. So do I have a volunteer? You can just raise your hand. Do you all know how to raise your hands on the Zoom? Okay, let's have Fawad. Why don't you go first for the first paragraph?
Academic paragraphs. Before beginning your study with us in the academy, you have developed an understanding of what academic writing is and what you as a writer need to do. However, this is the point in time when you may need to let go of things you learned in the past and practices you developed. Why? You will need to trust that we, your instructor in the academy, are training you for university level academic writing, and we want you to be at your best game when you enter your UG program. I'm done, Professor.
We don't have your voice, miss. Can you hear us, mom?
Sorry, I'm muted. We all do that, right? Mute ourselves and keep talking. So I'm sorry, I was muted. So can Zuhal, can you go ahead and do the second paragraph?
Yes, mom. Thank you very much. What is a paragraph? To some, a paragraph is 4 or 5 sentences. To others, a paragraph is about 100 words. However, those of us in the academic writing world, a paragraph is a piece of writing that focuses on one main idea, a piece of writing that begins with a topic sentence that introduces that main idea and ends with a concluding sentence that restates that main idea. A piece of writing that includes enough supporting sentences to explain, support, and or provide evidence to that main idea. A piece of writing that is organized through thoughtful transition words and other connections, pronoun references.
Pronoun, i.e. pronoun references. And that is the he,
Yes.
she, I that we were talking about, that you need
Yeah.
to use those to refer to nouns that you have already described. Good. Okay, so let's do Sabrina next. This paragraph.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. Through this description of a paragraph, notice how the structure or parts of a paragraph are shown to you. Simply, a great academic paragraph must include a topic sentence, a sentence that introduces the paragraph's main idea to the reader. This is often the first sentence of the paragraph, and it tells what will be discussed in the paragraph. Supporting sentence, multiple sentence that give specific information about the main idea. It is common to offer details or more information about the main idea that can include explanation, examples, and or facts. A concluding sentence, a final sentence that brings the paragraph to close by restating the topic sentence.
Very good. And these are really critically important. And we always use this hamburger diagram to kind of explain it. Do you all like hamburgers? I hope so.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we're going to use it for this. Okay, so we have the bun, right? The bun. So the bun is like your topic sentence and your conclusion sentence. Now you can't repeat the same sentence. You have to restate the concluding sentence, but your supporting points should help you say, this is why this is true, something like that. So it needs to be the conclusion. So that's the bun. And then your support is all the delicious stuff inside, the lettuce, the meat, the tomatoes, the bacon, the cheese, whatever you want to put in there. That's the supporting sentence that really helps you with the hamburger. So let's read this, and we have this paragraph right here. And let me see who raised their hand that hasn't. Parnian, would you like to read?
Yes, ma'am, thank you. While this image is use different vocabulary to describe supporting sentence as details explanation, we notice the paragraph structure.
So that's okay, Parnian. So I'll just pick somebody else and we'll come back to you. So Daba, you want to read? Take over for Parnian because she's got something going on. So Daba, are you there? Maybe not. Bahara?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because Parnian has something going on, so we'll let her slide this time. Go ahead and read the paragraph for me.
Okay, ma'am. What does the academy expect in an
No,
academic
we
paragraph?
haven't finished this one yet.
Okay, the first one.
Yeah.
Sorry, ma'am.
That's okay.
While this image uses different vocabulary to describe supporting sentence as details and explanation, we can notice the paragraph structure here, right? Just like a hamburger begins and ends with a bun bread, that's made of the same thing. The topic sentence and concluding sentence of a paragraph explains the same idea. What's inside of the hamburger is equally important because it supports the overall taste, right? Every part of the hamburger should work together to keep the flavor and taste right. A paragraphs work the same way. Each supporting sentence must be an idea that supports or explains the main idea. Topic sentence.
Great. And this word bun may be a new word for you. It's what we we call this bread that the hamburger's in? It's called a hamburger bun.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so who else has their, Gita, would you like to read the next paragraph?
Yes, for sure. So what does the academy expect in an academic paragraph? At the beginning of our semester, you will write 150 to 200 word paragraphs. We will continue to increase the word to 250 until week 7 of this course. We expect that your academic paragraphs have all of the parts, a topic sentence, several supporting sentences, and a concluding sentence. We expect that you will work on how to introduce your paragraph with a strong and interesting topic sentence. We expect that you will work on how you will develop your supporting sentence and how you will make connections between sentences. We expect that you will end each paragraph with a concluding sentence. We also expect that you will be learning throughout this process and improving. We don't expect perfection, but we expect progress.
Right. And so one of the things I want to note to you is that your writing has to be interesting. And we're going to talk about that next week on your sample writings that you did for me. Interesting is important because if you don't make it interesting, nobody's going to want to read it, right? Okay. So what do you need to do this week? You're going to some of you have already done that. You've completed the online discussion. Complete your first writing sample. Okay, this is where I want to tell you, if you've already done it, don't worry, you have gotten full points. As long as you did it, you get full points. But for those of you who haven't done it, I just want to tell you what I've learned from reading the ones who have, so you can maybe change it. Most of you are writing just like you are a chat bot. Do you know what a chat bot is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah,
when I read your
replying
writing,
messages
that's what
and-
you sound like, a chat bot. Do you want to sound like a chat bot?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you need to use personal examples and relate the prompt to yourself. And that's a really good part in your supporting sentences, is to put something in there about you, how, when you're talking about, how you think academic writing is, you can talk about some of your experience. So try to do, if you haven't done it yet, it's due Sunday at 8:30 a.m. So make sure you get it in. If you've already done it, don't worry. I gave you full points. This is a learning process. Try and use some personal experiences or stories in your writing. Some of you have written perfect paragraphs, which also seems like a chatbot. We expect errors and we expect you to write from your own experience. So if you have not finished it, excuse me, I'm going to have a cough in a second, so let me mute myself. If you haven't finished it, go ahead and try to make yourself sound like less of a chatbot. So the recorded class for next week will be up anytime after Sunday at 9:30. And it would be great if you guys could watch it before Wednesday, because I go over stuff that you learn in the recorded class in the live class as well. Okay, let's take a look at Canvas. I'm going to cough again, so I'm going to mute. Okay, let's take a look at Canvas right over here.
Mom, you're also mute.
Ma'am, you're mute.
Thank you. Again, I'm muted. So see, we all make mistakes. Remember, mistakes are good. Okay, so sorry. This one is really long as well, but let's say, for example, you want to make a complaint. You want to make a good complaint, right? You don't want to sound like you're whining or complaining and being rude. So this will teach you how to do all that stuff. So you only need to use it when you need to, like, oh, I need to apologize. How do I apologize? So this is what this would be for. You don't need to read it all. I have to mute again because I'm coughing, so hold on. I am muted. So let's go back to the files here. Oh, here, okay. Modules, sorry. Okay, so this is all just, you know, introductions and stuff. This is the assignments. So you have your recorded class. Some of you have not finished that. You should finish that ASAP. You have the online discussion, which I'll talk a little bit more about next week, and your first writing sample, remember. And you know, if you have a chance, take a look at the way you wrote your online discussion versus the way you wrote your first writing sample, because your online discussions are fantastic. And you really put a lot of your soul and yourself into it. But the writing sample was kind of boring. And then there's these extra videos, which you should watch as much as possible when you have time. But really the critical point is to do the assignments. And these are kind of references for you. Any questions about that?
Everything is
No,
clear.
ma'am.
Okay. So when you write an email to me, and you can use, I have many methods for you to write to me. You can write to me on WhatsApp. You can write to me on the email chat. You can write to me on email. Whatever you want, you can do. But you need to think about what is urgent from important. Okay? Like urgent is something you need right away. And important is something that you can wait a few days for the answer. So think about whether your request is urgent or important. And then when you write, make sure you give me your name. All right. Always identify yourself, clearly identify your question. And then after writing, wait for the answer, because sometimes I'm sleeping, right? We're how many hours apart? It's like right now for me, it's in the night. It's night. It's 10 o'clock at night. And for you, it's 10:30 in the
10:30.
morning. Yeah. So you
Yes.
see, there's a big difference. So when you're sleeping, I'm up. And when I'm sleeping, you're up. So if you write to me and you don't get an answer, assume I'm sleeping. Because I respond pretty quickly, okay? And don't hesitate to ask questions. Questions will help you to learn, and I love questions. And if you don't understand something, I'm really patient to help you. Okay. I think we did this already.
Thank you, Professor.
Okay. Okay. Hints about next week. 2 short quizzes coming up. One on the syllabus Monday and one on plagiarism. We're going to study that on Sunday during the recorded class, okay? And then you're going to have a test on plagiarism on Thursday. Just a heads up that that's coming, all right? You won't see it yet because I won't be opening up the week 2 class until I get it ready. So, any questions for me?
No, Professor.
Okay, I will stop the recording now. So if you have a question that you don't want on the recording,